Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Feeling It Reactions. I'm JD, and I'm flying solo again, and I hope that's okay. We're going to be dropping in on Tom, Adam, and special guest star Eminem. And this one's called Broke You. It came out about a month ago. This is a great remix, a good collaboration. I have heard it once, and we're going to dive into it, and we're going to get a reaction to it. And we're going to see if you guys are feeling it. I know I'm feeling it. And it's just a great, altogether, great composition. And I think we're going to touch on that as we go through. So if you guys are ready, without further ado, we're going to jump into this remix, Broke You.
I'll admit it, I relapsed after I quit it. I found some whiskey that I hid in the kitchen. I tried to throw it up, but I was obviously tripping. Twisted the cap off the bottle, I poured a glass and I sipped it. I lit a cigarette and blew out the smoke. Took a couple Adamans, I should've threw out the dope. Last time that I got wasted, didn't do it alone. With the homies back in Canada, I puked in the snow. They always said I'd be a screw up till I proved them wrong. Chased my dream for years until I blew up, knew that I was strong. Guess I got too cocky and I screwed up, bruises on my arms. I'll beat myself to death, man, I'm the same old stupid Tom. I tell myself that it was one time only, but the craving claws at me every time I'm alone. Parents shouldn't bury their children, I keep going, but this road ends somewhere, I just hope that they know. We all got some things that we're going through. Stop living in the day it all broke you. We all got some things that we're going through. Demons chase the brave and they chose you.
All right, so right out of the gate, Tom's coming out swinging, dropping some bars about life, about being poor, about dealing with addiction, trying to do recovery, dropping back into addiction. You know, it's an endless cycle that you constantly have to work on. So you quit drinking, you quit doing the pills, you quit, using your crutch. And if you don't have the support system, if you don't put yourself in the right place, it's going to be hard to stay away from that thing, that crutch. You're going to go back to it the first chance you get. First time it presents itself, you're going to fall back off the wagon because it's just too easy. That's your comfort place. Unfortunately, sometimes those crutches will kill you if you don't, monitor what you're doing. And depending on where you're at, as far as emotional or even physical, sometimes you don't care, and you go off the deep end when you relapse. That's the most dangerous time when you relapse. So again, Tom went through this stuff in Canada. He had some problems, but he kept grinding. He kept working on it, and you see where he's at now. He's the largest independent artist on the market right now, just killing it. So you can't give up. You got to keep working. All right, let's go on to the second verse.
You don't know my life for anything that I'm about. I was left for dead, counted out, so I'm out. Standing in the streets, tears running down my cheeks. I'm starving, need to eat, but I'm chasing down this dream. Used to sleep in a trap house, trying to take the rap route. Stay up all night, hearing beats till I passed out. Never thought making it would bring this much pain. This is how I feel, please listen what I'm saying. I really take stands, I don't do it for fashion. Helps with my panic attacks, overreacting. Hopefully one day I'll be cool like Andre. Until then I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I really take Klonopin, I gotta be honest, I take a lot of it. Now I'm in and out on the ottoman. I really been to the bottom and I go and make myself a home like I'm on it there, man, I'm out of it.
We all got some things that we're going through. Stop living in the day it all broke you. We all got some things that we're going through. Demons chase the brave and they chose you.
All right, so that was Adam dropping his bars, and he's telling his story. But his story is so familiar to a lot of people because a lot of artists, whether it be in the rap game, the rock and roll game, country music, actors, athletes, it doesn't matter. if you're one of those people that are striving to break through, to be super successful, to have that next level of success, you're going to put yourself through stuff that most people would never dream of doing. And unfortunately, a lot of these, especially rap artists, coming from nothing, and they have anxiety, and they have depression, and they have fear, and they have anger, and they have all these emotions that just eat away at them, and they get hooked on drugs and alcohol to help fix that, to help get them through that. And they end up in places like trap houses, or what some people call a flop house, or they end up in shady hotels or living in their car. You know, they just, all this stuff happens to them that they have to work through, that they didn't plan on happening, but this is the lifestyle that got them there, because that's what so many of them go through. They don't have the right support system, but they're bound and determined to make it. So they keep grinding, and they keep dealing with these situations until they make it. Not all of them make it, as we know. A lot of them end up dead. A lot of them end up in jail, because even though they have this ultimate goal that they're shooting for, 90% of them don't make it. They just don't get to that goal, and it's sad, because there's not that support system they need. So that's another story that's very, very real and very well told. Let's drop into the third verse.
I'm on a ship in a bottle. I'm trying to weather the storm. I should be heading for shelter, but I'm afraid of the shore. I'm on a ship in a bottle.
Not third
I'm
verse
trying
yet.
to ride with the wave.
Sorry
I
about that.
heard my demons be falling. I've been going through pain. We all got some things that we're
Still finishing the second verse. I was a little ahead of myself.
in the day. It all broke. We all got some things that we're going through. Demons chase the brave, and they chose you.
It's true, I'm a Rubik's, a beautiful mess. At times, goofing, yes. I goof and I jest. A flawed human, I guess. But I'm doing my best to not ruin your expectations and meet 'em. But first, the speed 'em burst. Now Big Sean's going too fast. Is he gonna shout or curse out his mom? There was a time I had the world by the balls eating out my palm. Every album song I was spazzing the fuck out on, and now I'm getting clowned and frowned on. But the only one who's looking down on me that matters now's Deshaun. Am I lucky to be around this long? Begs the question though, especially after the methadone. As yesterday fades and the Dresden home is burnt to the ground, and all that's left of my house is lawn. The crowds are gone. It is time to wash out the blonde. Sales decline. The curtains drawn. They're closing the set. I'm still poking my head from out behind. And everyone who has doubt, remind. Now take your best rhyme. I'll do it. Now do it 1,000 times. Now let them tell you the world no longer cares or gives a fuck about your rhymes. And as I grow out of sight, out of mind, I might go out of mind. Cause how do I ever let this mic go without a fight? When I made a fucking tightrope out of twine. But when I do fall from these heights, though I'll be fine. I won't pout or cry or spiral down or whine. But I'll decide if it's my fine about this time around. Cause
We all got some things that we're going through. Stop living.
All right, so that's Shady, obviously. And we know his story. Came from nothing. Again, artist, trying to make it. He's down in the battle rap scene. He's dealing with all of these mental problems that his mom gave him. How much of that is true? I don't really know. You know, the what is it, Munchausen's disease he talks about in his songs. Obviously, there's a lot that happened in his childhood that messed him up, and he got on drugs, and he got on, he was living in the streets, and he was trying to make it as a rapper. So, then he became super successful. He worked through all of that. Then the drugs got to him again, and then he put out a couple subpar albums, subpar as far as his standard goes. But then he got cleaned, and he came back, and he started to change his appearance, and he started to change his music, because he was maturing and growing older. And becoming a better rapper, in my opinion. I think his later stuff is just as good, you know. His early stuff got him noticed, but his later stuff is what's kept him relevant. And every time he gets on a record, he's trying to beat himself. He doesn't care about the other artist. He's about beating himself. Everything he does is perfection. He wants perfection, and other artists are always worried about him because every time he gets on a track with them, he out raps them because that's what he does. And when you push somebody as hard as he pushes himself, you're gonna get that perfection. And so, his story is one of successes and one of failures. And it's going back and forth and back and forth. And ultimately, he's the GOAT and he's there for a reason. So, yeah, that's it. He dropped those bars well and he told the story well. So, let's finish this out.
ZipRecruiter delivers.
All right, so that was Broke You. Tom Macdonald, Adam Calhoun, and Slim Shady, Mr. Eminem. So what do you guys think? Were you feeling it? I tell you what I really love about the video was the simplicity of it. Nova has a way of really making these videos really, really good. Her editing, her producing, it's clean, it's simple, it's to the point. It gets you where you need to go, and there's not a lot of clutter. And that's all of Tom's videos that Nova produces are just on point. She's really got an eye for it. No, I'm waiting for the next one, obviously. This one was 4 weeks ago. I'm behind, as usual. So if you guys have any recommendations, any videos you want me to react to, make sure you drop it down below. Let me know, and I will get to it as quickly as possible. And of course, like, share, subscribe, and hit the post notification so you know when we do drop videos. Don't forget we are doing the Biblical Archaeological series as well, so make sure you check that out too. And if there's anything archaeological, biblical or not, that you want me to check out, let me know in the comments. All right, so until next time, we'll see you. Peace.